Okay. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the TopCup podcast, a weekly conversational podcast where two buds no longer get together because social distancing and talk about stuff. I don't know. Fill your cups of mead worthy of Odin. That was probably the worst rendition of that I've ever done. It's been a few weeks. It's been like 2, right?
You're pretty on it.
Yeah, until I forgot where I was. It's been like 2 weeks. School and work got in the way. But today, we're getting back on that horse, and hopefully, we will continue dishing out fun content. If you like what you hear and you want to continue watching or listening and maybe following us, supporting us, you can find us on all social medias. Or not social medias, but podcasting platforms. That's what they're called. Or here on YouTube.
Here on YouTube.
Yay! I'm not doing the sound of nope, not doing the you can. I'm not. Nope. But yeah. I forgot where we were going with this. It's been a while. It has been a minute.
See, give us a like, share, subscribe, YouTube.
Ring that
fucking bell.
God damn it, Daniel. I was gonna ring that bell.
Oh god. That button's underutilized.
It really is. Well, to be fair, when we're usually recording, it's like fucking 4 feet away. Yeah. But yeah,
podcasting platforms.
I
think we got that right.
I think we covered the essentials.
The essentials.
Yeah. So Daniel, how have you been? It's been a minute since we last did anything, really.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing a lot more games.
I've noticed.
Definitely. Yeah, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty rad. I whooped Joey's ass.
Did you? Oh yeah.
4 times the other day.
So wait, okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, right? Do you
yes.
Do you guys create your own deck, or like how does that work? Like, do you get your own card? Can you input your own cards?
No.
Damn it.
It's not like the OG games that made you punch in the codes for your cards to have them. That would be interesting.
That's a missed opportunity.
Great, super missed. But I just assume it would interfere with mechanics and stuff, but
yeah,
who knows? Anyway, so with this, so it's well, no, it's not Duel Links. It's
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, because Duel Links is the mobile game.
It
is
Legacy of the Duelist.
It is Legacy of the Duelist.
Okay,
but you were close. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution.
Whatever.
But anyway, so what it does is it takes you from OG Yu-Gi-Oh! From the beginning all the way to V-Reigns, which is the newest one.
I'm surprised that V-Reigns is still the new. I would have thought they would have had a new one by now.
Yeah, you'd think. They're probably just giving up on Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point. So what happens is you get to. It's basically Dragon Ball. It's a Dragon Ball game. You play through the big story beats and stuff, the way they were played and everything. Yeah. So during the campaign, you get to use the story deck, which is of course the cards that.
Was that your
blinds
cat?
Just fell.
Huh?
No, my blinds just fell.
Just randomly?
Oh yeah, because I had them propped up, not all the way open.
I thought like a ghost.
It just fell down. No, probably a ghost. Anyway, you play with the cards that they had during that time in the story, but you can also use a user deck. So as you progress through the story, you collect some cards
like
that
booster
are usually.
Packs.
Well, no, mainly you just collect cards that are like people's signature cards and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But when you start it up, you have a lot of cards available to you. Then you can also go to the shop, and there are different characters For there's like 6 characters um for each series of Yu-Gi-Oh, and you can buy booster packs from them.
Okay.
And they'll each have like sort of personal collection of their own. Like Yugi, you're obviously going to get a lot of magicians
Mhm.
and stuff like that. Kaiba, you're going to get a lot of dragon cards. Bakura, you're going to get a lot of fiends and blah blah blah. All that shit. Um, so I made a user deck pretty early on, and I have barely changed anything. The only time that I've actually changed the deck, is when I started dueling Joey, our friend Joey, not Joey Wheeler.
Right, because that's the character.
Yeah. I added 10 cards to my deck, because his decks are fucking annoying. He has like 4 different decks already. Like,
Sounds about right. Yeah.
he's put time, and he's a very
I keep
he's
seeing
been
his
able.
achievements pop up on my dashboard, my
Yeah,
activity.
he's somehow been able to craft a Lightsworn deck already. That's like 60 cards. Um,
Yay.
and he also has the life point draining deck too.
The life drain one. Fun. Okay, cool.
Just no Dino deck so
So
far.
he really meant we can just duel each other, but like digitally. So he
Yeah.
really meant that. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, cool.
But yeah, no, he and I were playing the other day, and I whooped his ass like 4 times in a row. But we were playing for like 3 hours.
I feel like you were
Uh,
just there thinking, okay, I could probably recreate this deck. I should have these cards. Did you?
actually, no,
You don't
no.
have any of the cards?
Well, I do have some of the cards, yes, but I wasn't able to recreate my deck because I haven't gotten to GX yet.
Wait, so it's just
Um,
all like first generation?
no, it's definitely not all first generation. It's just a bunch of stuff um throughout the generations for sure.
Okay.
But I don't have a single hero.
That's surprising.
Yeah, so I just want to burn through GX. I just finished it. Actually, I still need to duel the Pharaoh. But after I duel the Pharaoh, I get start GX. And I just want to burn through GX so I can get all my fucking hero cards and build my hero deck. But the deck that I have right now is pretty solid. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a pretty devastating fusion monster. That's easy to
Nice.
summon. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, did you Joel and I were freaking out about this. This game is teaching us that there is shit that you can do that we didn't know or we were wrong about when we were dueling in person, like fusion summoning from the hand.
Right. If you have like
We,
polymerization,
yeah,
you can fuse both from your hand, right?
yeah, we didn't recall that. We thought it had to be on the field, so we were just like, what the fuck?
I think I knew that, but it just very rarely ever happened.
Yeah.
It's just something
So
like not utilized. Or maybe I just thought only one of them, like one of the material monsters had to be on the field.
yeah,
That's
I don't
interesting.
know. It tripped us both up, but yeah, that's where my devastating fusion monster comes in handy. Because it's just 2 normal monsters, and I
Mhm.
have a good amount of normal monsters.
I feel like I've done it before. It's just very rare. Because like I said, like for the most part, usually you have the
These,
monsters on the field. I feel like now that you know that, it's gonna make shit a lot harder.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, because I have a
especially,
lot of fusion cards.
yeah, especially with your all your
All emperors.
elementals. Like once you get
Mm.
your GX, because like you would just be
Oh
like,
yeah.
because like at that, the GX cards are essentially an orgy. Like anything can pair with anything. That's it. They're just like, hey, you, how you doing? And that's it. Like it's just like, hey, I got this, and yeah, they could probably make something. I feel like that's what they did with GX. They were just like, let's just make everything fuck each other. Just like combine it all. Fuck it. Like,
and
like
and they
we
all love Neos.
yeah. Neos is like like that one that's just like I can go with anyone, everyone. And then sometimes multiples at
Nice.
once. It's just like I just
So
feel
you're gonna
like
say, and sometimes myself.
sometimes myself. Yeah, I just feel like they were just like, you know what we didn't really utilize? Fusions.
Fusion. Yeah.
Fusion. Like, come on. Let's make this whole season about fusion because we'll never come back to it.
And a rainbow dragon.
Hey, man, the rainbow cards are so cool. I would love to make the rainbow cards.
Oh, I hate Jesse's deck.
Those are the best cards. Fight me. That's all I'm going to say.
Anyhow,
But yeah.
yeah, Joey and I have been playing Yu-Gi-Oh here and there, mainly by ourselves. I restarted Arkham Knight.
I saw that.
And I just finished the campaign. Yeah, two days ago, two days ago, I think. Yeah. And it was fun. It was really fun. It was fun to go back through it and stuff. And then I've been doing the new game plus, so it keeps all my like main storyline shit from my actual campaign, which I 100%ed. So now that I'm doing the most wanted people, which is basically just the side missions, I already have all my Riddler trophies. So I just beat everything, kicked his ass, took him to jail.
Okay.
But now Xbox is doing a spring sale, and the season pass for Arkham Knight went from like $30 to $5. So I was like, I'm on that shit.
Nice.
So now I'm playing story missions that I've never played before. So it's just making this game a lot better
That's
to
cool.
go back and play. So it's really fun. I guess I'm just dedicated to 100%ing the new game plus too.
At this
Because
point.
for some reason I just keep trying to do the side shit and it's annoying, but you know, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, no, that's my only issue with new game pluses is because like I always for a game that I can see myself playing again, like new game plus, like starting a new game plus, it's like I probably already care enough about the game to want to 100% it. So then once I do that, it makes me wanting to new game plus and just have it all that go away just be a lot less enticing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want to redo this. I didn't enjoy all of this. Most of it,
Yeah, no.
yes, but not all of it. So,
Yeah.
because they gave me the.
Having to go through the Riddler challenges again to free Catwoman was aggravating. It was
Yeah,
kind of fun.
because like they gave me the option for Assassin's Creed, and like you have to use like a save file or whatever. So yeah, I could save a copy and just start that one as New Game Plus. But like then I just look as I'm looking at the save files, I'm just like 80 hours. Do I really want to do this again? No. Like I'm fine with what I did. I'm happy with my choices. I am okay. That's why I always say props to you. If you're like one of those people that went through a game and did like, yeah, on my 5th run, I decided to have her actually kill that guy. I'm like, 5th run? How? I love Mass Effect, but I didn't even do 2 runs of Paragon all the way or whatever the other one is. Rebel? I don't know.
Can't remember.
I don't remember. Either way.
The red one.
The red one. Yeah. Renegade. That's what it is. Yeah, no, I love those games. I love the options, but like no, I just live with it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm happy. What's the worst could have happened? Everyone died. All right, cool. But yeah, no, Brianna and I have actually been getting into a lot of MMO games, specifically because of Andrew. So we've been playing a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, getting back into that game. Huh?
Said whoa, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's been a while since we played that game, and it's just different from what we normally would play. But like I own the game, so it's why I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll put in time to this, make it, worth the purchase. Like clearly I like the setting and the story enough because I own the game, but yeah, we've been trying that out. We were playing Black Desert for a bit. That was like a day. Um, and something else, Fantasy Star Online, which is the game that Andrew has. But according to Andrew, and this is how I found out, when it comes to MMOs, he doesn't pay a whole lot of attention. He's really just in it for the slice and dicing. Like I gave him Black Desert, which has like so at the top right corner of Black Desert, it has your level, right? And it's like a
Mm-hmm.
little star, triangle, square thing sided.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it has like a little level meter, so it like eventually wraps around. But the entire time, it tells you your percentage to the thousandth decibel.
Jesus.
So you can kill something, and it'll go like 75% or 77.799%, and then you kill something that's like 78.635%. And it was just really fun. And this is how I realized, oh, so that's the kind of person Andrew is. Eventually, at some point, Andrew no longer saw the enemies as enemies. He saw them as 2%er, 1%er. Eh, You're a 0.3. You're not worth my time.
Jesus.
And I was just like, Andrew, they have names. And he's like, no, they don't. And he was just like, oh boy. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I found me fuck, I cracked my knuckles earlier. But imagine knuckle cracks. You know, he was like, I found me a 10%er. I'm like, Jesus
Jeez.
Christ. So I was like, you might have a problem. He's like, I don't have a problem. I'm like, what time were you supposed to go to sleep? And he's like, I was probably supposed to get off like an hour or two ago. And I was like, and why haven't you? And he's like, because I'm at 78.85%. That means I just need to find 15 more
15%.
wolves. Yeah, or 15 more 2%ers or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, of course. And yeah. But that was Black Desert. Elder Scrolls doesn't really have that. So I don't know, but I guess he just likes the setting and everything because Skyrim, Oblivion, he likes those games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's mainly what most of my time outside of everything else has been too. Uh it's more of a distraction, so that way I don't have to deal with homework and all that because it is piling up. Because in 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, I don't remember days at this point. Finals, and then freedom. But I was telling Brianna, and I was like, because here in San Francisco, we're supposed we were supposed to find out if this whole house placement thingy, stay at home thing, uh, lasted or ended on the 4th, on the 5th of May.
Yeah.
But I think the mayor already said continue it till the end
Mm-hmm.
of May.
Yep.
So yeah,
It's like June 3rd or something.
June 3rd, yeah. But I was telling Brianna ahead of this, I'm like, what are the odds that this continues the entire time I'm still in school? And the
Mm-hmm.
second finals are about to end and I will be free and I don't have to actually do anything. This whole thing's gonna end. And then they extended it to May. I'm like, all right, cool. I get 2 weeks. Like I
Amen.
wouldn't just call out of work for 2 weeks. But yeah. Other than that, let's see. I can't think of a good segue. So what topic do you want to go with next? Because I think we can go two ways. I think we have two. You know what? I know which one we're talking about. Assassin's Creed.
You had a solid segue earlier when you actually mentioned Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but then I went on.
I know.
And then I forgot.
I had to watch you.
Hey, Daniel, speaking of Assassin's Creed.
Oh my God. Yes, the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer came out. And preceding that, I got to watch a 7-hour long, I didn't watch all 7 hours, but I got to watch a video that was 7 hours long of Boss Logic, an artist whom I recently started following in the past 6 months, I guess. That's he did fantastic. And the one thing that video showed me was that I am not worthy of operating Photoshop.
So wait, Boss Logic is the one that did the cover art?
Yep.
Oh,
The one with
the two
the
sides.
ships, yeah, the ships and the castle and then the person in the middle. Yeah,
Oh,
he's the one that did
to be
that. And
fair, I'm pretty sure they sped up. Okay.
yeah, no. No,
Okay.
no,
Like,
no.
yeah, yeah.
Like, well, honestly, there were times where I'm like, I can't tell if they sped this up or if he's just this fucking good.
It's mainly by how fast like everything was registering is kind of the way. Like, I'm not saying like they sped it up 2, 3, 4 times. It really, if they did, it's probably like 25% or something like that. Or they
Mm,
sped it up maybe a little bit less than that. But yeah, no, it was definitely sped up. You can it would my main thing is you can mainly tell when like he's going through the layers and how fast once he clicked on something, how fast like
mm-hmm.
something would register. That was
Yeah.
my way of going like this is sped up or how fast it would process. Now I'm not saying they don't have amazing fucking computers that can process everything like that, but you know, there you go. But yeah, yeah, okay. I was wondering because I was watching that stream yesterday. Um, like I was just waiting uh for something to start. I was waiting for another streamer I watch. Um Usually he streams at 12, but this time he moved it to 2 and I was like, I don't really know what to do. And then I saw Assassin's Creed pop up on like things to watch. I'm like, "Oh yeah, huh, they're doing something. Cool." And so I just started watching that and I'm just like, "How are they doing this?" Cuz like he would like so I just remember at some point there was like a shield and like he got like essentially like a paint tool and an eraser tool,
Mm-hmm.
and then like he erased it, and then like all the designs were there, and I was just like,
Oh, the wooden shield.
yeah, I was like, was that like a layer that was already there?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I think what happened was because I was watching too. He was moving pictures
mm,
into the workspace too. So I think what happened was he moved it into the workspace, and then he started erasing to find out where the dimension of the outer rim of the shield was,
uh-huh.
and then he just moved it to line it up, and then he erased everything. So it would be the wooden shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like thinking the entire time, is this whole picture actually already done? And is he just very subtly erasing everything in a way that makes it seem like he's drawing everything?
I, he's ridiculously good, man.
No, yeah, I know.
When he started going into the beard
Oh,
of
when
the
he like,
I yeah, I don't remember the main character's name, but when he started going into the beard of the main character, he was just going in with the pencil tool
mm,
that was colored white, and he was just doing the dashes and stuff, and he was making it look beautiful.
the
Just
thing,
white hairs, and then he changed the color, and then it was like light blonde hairs,
mm,
and then it just got darker, and it was just beautiful.
the thing that got me was when he was doing the Assassin's logo on the axe. When he was,
Mm-hmm.
just, it looked like it was etched in there. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? Like,
Dimension, man.
how do you
He
do that? Like,
he 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 outlined some places with the white pencil,
mm,
and then he changed to black, or at least a color um
shade. Yeah.
resembling the shade the shade that was on the axe. And then he would go, the higher he would go, the darker he would make it. And then there was like certain parts that just gave it the dimension, and oh my god, oh, he's so good. But damn, I don't feel like I am allowed to open Photoshop for at least a week.
Yeah, no,
I
it
have to
would.
I have to let that pass.
Yeah, I mean, like even for like it being slightly sped up, it was still like this shit's that's dumb. This is dumb. Like it's too good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's stupid good.
one thing I was gonna say is I thought so. I thought originally they were going to make it so that way you could choose any like gender for this game. But
I
then,
think you are going to be able to.
okay, because
I
the
think they said that you can.
okay, because like I mean, obviously, even for Odyssey, with Cassandra, most of the promotion was for Alexios. And
Mm-hmm.
then they did make other versions with Cassandra, but they never seemed like the main appeal. And it's just, I guess that's kind of like this one again, where they're using the male model a lot more
Mm-hmm.
than the female model. So that's why I was just like, that kind of sucks. I would like to see what the female model is. And even then, I think the male one you can customize. I don't know.
I think the female model is the one that was on the battlefield,
Okay.
on the right side of that picture,
Okay.
like with kind of the shaved head and the tattoo and stuff.
Uh,
Um, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff about it. Getting back to like the trailer and stuff. One, the trailer, God, Assassin's Creed does something fucking crazy with
Brianna. Yeah.
these cinematic trailers, man.
So Brianna actually told me because I knew it was coming out at like 9 o'clock, but I was just asleep. Um, and then like Brianna woke up, she was like, "Oh, the trailer for Assassin's Creed came out. You want to see it?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know it came out. Yeah, let's watch it." It's like, "Cool, I'm actually excited to watch it." I'm like, "Really? Okay." So I watch it, and she was like, "I want to see you play this," and I'm like,
I want to
"Really?"
see you. I want to see you play this.
Yeah, well, because like she, you know her, like she likes like
Yeah.
consuming, playing, or as opposed to always playing. Um, but I was just like, really? So then I proceeded to show her a lot more of the other cinematic trailers. I showed her Black Flag. I showed her Revelations. I showed her Origins. I showed
Oh,
her Odyssey.
Black Flag is fucking nasty, dude.
Black Flag.
Like,
I even showed her the literal one,
damn.
the
Oh my
literal
god.
Black Flag. She found that
I
one.
don't touch Tobuscus anymore, but like
Yeah.
there are times where I reminisce fondly on those literal trailers.
Yeah, same here. I was like, God, these are good. God, fuck that guy. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I mean, according to Rihanna, she's like, I don't know, like they're good, but like something about Valhalla just gets me more. Like it just,
It's Vikings.
it's probably Vikings.
It's Vikings.
The way she was saying it is like it makes me feel more invested.
Hmm.
Like they did a better way of investing me in like the story and all that. That isn't to say the other ones aren't good, but she just liked it more. But rewatching them, I only have a few things to say. One,
Vamp. I gotta change light bulbs.
okay, one of them being that the way they portray Ezio and like Edward is really interesting because like I don't know. It just I think it's pretty cool the entire time just like watching them go about like the cinematics, the way they fight. It's assassiny, but at the same time like true to their own kind of like own personal fighting style and like the way they move and everything. Like you can see the similarities because they're assassins, but it's just like Edwards is fucking brutal, but like what is it? Ezio's is a little bit more refined, a little bit more skillful, because like he's just a more trained, like I guess like arts. I don't know if that's the right one. He's just more well trained with sword and everything else. But either way, I digress. Um,
Yeah, yeah, he's more trained in like traditional combat.
yeah. So it's just, but it's just interesting to see how everyone fights, and then the same thing kind of carries on to like the other characters. Bayek is a little bit more Ezio-y, whereas like Cassandra and Alexios are more Edwardy in the sense that they're just straight brutal. Real quickly though, the Bayek one, that fucking he gets knocked down, flicks the bow onto his foot, grabs a random arrow and just with the guy. Literally shoots the guy in the neck with a foot arrow. Just saying, it was probably the fucking coolest things. Like, it was just really fucking cool.
Keep going. I'll be back.
Okay. I don't know what to talk about. Yeah. That was like the last thing. I was just gonna see what he talked about going on from there. But let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Like Brianna said, like the fight scenes were fun, but she was just saying like I guess she just was missing that I don't know, the story, the depth or whatever that she felt that there was more in it for Valhalla. Like it was short, brief, but you kind of get the idea that you're kind of fighting for something, but you're being made to look like you're not, like you're just like a barbarian.
Well, yeah, because they actually gave story beats in this trailer. The
Yeah.
other ones were just like
You want to see cool
watch
fighting?
wa- watch them be badass.
Well, like, but that's the thing though, because like Ezio talks about what he's doing in Revelations, you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, I kind of wish Origins was a little bit more you understood the like why Bayek is fighting. But oh well. The one thing I did realize though, Odyssey didn't have an actual cinematic uh trailer. Everything in the entire every single trailer, every single one of them, in-game footage.
Yeah, that I think I remember being a little ticked about that.
Yeah, like, um, what is it? I think I was reading something. One of the comments was like, you know, something about cinematics doesn't really rub me the right way because they just seem like they're like hiding what the game is really about. But at the same time, whoever it was, I don't remember, it was by a Edward or whoever it was, is still really fucking cool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yeah, no, I agree. Like cinematics are fun. I think they're great. Is it cool if you can do the same things like in game? Yeah. But I don't think they're always necessary. I don't think, you know, we don't need that. Like, I need to see how the game really looks. I like the more artistic drawings or uh hell, if you're fucking what do you call it? That one game? Uh That Remedy game? I think it's Remedy. They made it. Alan was like the same people that made Alan Wake. What is the name of that game?
I don't know. Can't remember. What was it about? Do you remember?
No. It was the one right before this last game where the girl's like all floaty and you can use like time magic.
Oh, Control.
Control. What was the one before that?
Did they do Quantum Break?
Quantum Break, that's what it is. Or
Okay.
you can do Quantum Break where all your cutscenes are a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh
so
god.
weird. And I'm just like, I get it. I think that's a really interesting way of blending like traditional media and real
Mm-hmm.
life and like realism to like a video game. But that was such a weird thing. And it's really weird, like pacing wise, making me watch on a separate app, mind you, a series.
Yeah.
I was just like, I guess that's one way to do it. I think Control did a little bit better breaking that up, but yeah, I don't know. It was just there is something about it because seeing seeing the Odyssey trailers, you know, a part of me just was like, "This is nice, but I kind of want to know what like it would have liked with like artwork, you know, with like the
Mm-hmm.
entire background and everything, with concept art or whatever the fuck, and beautiful drawings and visuals and animation." But in game is fine too, I guess. You know, like I don't
I
know that.
mean,
I think that's
hey,
why we have
if
that difference between the cinematic trailers and the gameplay trailers, right?
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, the cinematic trailers are supposed to be like like this is what peak this is supposed to look like, and like this, this is what essentially a movie of this would look like. Um,
Like Final Fantasy.
and yeah.
And I'm fine with
And
that.
I feel like then the actual gameplay trailers are, you know, the selling point.
Yeah.
You know, like the cinematic trailers are like intrigue. Here's your kind of like first look at this, and then gameplay trailers are like, here's, you know, in-game rendering and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Like I
what
definitely
this is
don't.
gonna look like.
Yeah, I don't like it when like game footage. Like I get that, you know, it kind of makes people like think something else is going on when you have like cinematic footage or gameplay footage, but it's like on a completely different engine and it's like way pre-rendered. Then it's just
Mm-hmm.
like the fuck. But I don't think any of that can't be used because, like I said, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, those styled games did that shit wonderfully. Those games look beautiful. Their cutscenes, beautiful. I think the cutscenes are a very nice way of doing like pre-rendered stuff. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I like the cutscenes because it's more pre-rendered. You just go like, "Hey, this is the game," but imagine the game dialed to 1,000, like with the effects wise. You know,
Yeah.
that's how it look. And like that's what you. This mic is getting really staticky, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah. I can hear it.
I think it's my phone.
I think the only game that I've seen recently, and we'll get back to Assassin's Creed in a second. But the only game that I've seen recently that the 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 cutscene cinematics look just as good as the actual gameplay was the most recent, the PS4 God of War,
Mm-hmm.
because it made it a point to make everything in that game one single shot
Yeah, because that was so cool.
without a camera exchange. And it's I didn't notice until a quarter way through the game, and I was like, what the fuck? Like
Really, you didn't know that going into the game?
it's seamless.
Yeah, it's
It's
so nice.
seamless,
It's
and they
so
did
nice.
such a great fucking job. And God, I want to buy a PS4 because I've been wanting to fucking play God of War again. I
Mm-hmm.
also want to finish Spider-Man PS4 too, but that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole
My
nother
hair,
mission.
my hair is just,
It's all
I
up.
don't know.
You haven't had a haircut, or Alma hasn't cut your hair?
She did, but
Oh,
I have to work with it now. Anyway, but yeah, God of War does that flawlessly. But ever since I can remember being a fan of Assassin's Creed, those games, the cinematic trailers always made you feel like they were like top of the fucking line,
yeah,
and
yeah. That's
like
why, like,
this is a movie project
mhm.
kind of animation.
They feel like the artwork just looks so good, and like
Mm-hmm.
just like the amount of effort they put in, everything seems so good. Like it's crazy. Like looking at these like those cinematics nowadays, Revelations is how old? Like
Revelations, maybe
20
I think
2009, 2010,
10 years old at this point.
somewhere around there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the cinematics look like they came out today. They look so fucking good. Like everything looks good, and I'm just like,
You
I
know
don't
what?
know. I kind of wish
Revelation,
artists.
Revelations might have been 2012.
Oh, okay,
Maybe yeah, 2012
but
ish,
my point is like I
2011.
there is something to it with the
Yeah,
cinematic
no,
trailers,
they look beautiful.
and like when I was watching the Odyssey ones, I was just like, you know, I kind of miss it.
Yeah.
I think I see why why they chose that route. You know, to make it seem like, hey, you can still kind of do this in game, but uh, I think cinematics are perfectly fine. I think doing like the pre-rendered God of War kind of Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy cutscenes, I think that's really nice. Like if you're once you're in the game, so that way you can see like the game effects dialed to 1,000, you know, dialed to whatever number. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just my because like I said, it's just I don't know if it's that sense of realism or that sense of artistry, but
Mm-hmm.
it's nice, and it just kind of makes you want more. Kind of for me, it's just like, you know, like it would be nice to play these games with that kind of look. Jesus, you're going all crazy, aren't you, over there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix my fucking lighting so it's a little more even, but also not blown out. And blinding me. Oof. I just might invest in
Do
like
you
a
have a
ring light.
wall right next to you?
I do have a wall, but it's not white. It's like fucking yellow. So
So if you bounce it off your wall,
if I bounce it off my wall, I mean it's a yellow light too, so it's gonna be very warm. I'm gonna have a very warm tone. Whatever, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Anyhow, no, yeah. There's I don't know. Those Assassin's Creed trailers are something else, but this one Valhalla, it we talked about it, I believe, on last episode. A lot about Assassin's Creed, and
these have been very Assassin's Creed filled episodes.
yeah, and how they lost me basically. I'm willing to keep playing, see if it gets better. But every time I go through this weird cyclical thing of like, yeah, I'll play it. I'll play it. Then I play it. I get maybe 12% through, and then I stop. And I'm like, it's not there for me anymore. And
Mhm.
every time a new game comes out is around the time where I'm like, you know what? I'll think about playing it again. They have me in this weird fucking vicious cycle of I can't, and then you know what? I'll give it another shot. And Valhalla, same thing. I mean, I'm intrigued by the story. They do a good job of intriguing you,
Mhm. Yeah, that's for
and
sure.
making you interested in the story to the point where you have a disgruntled fan, I guess, coming back to the series.
Mhm.
Um, I hope that it. See, Joel and I see differently on these things. I hope that they don't lean on naval battles. I
Yeah.
do not like the naval battles, even in Odyssey. Like they were very much made better. I
Mhm.
don't like it. I don't like it. I'd rather take a horse across a continent, honestly.
They do
And
tone down how much of a necessity it is.
mhm,
Like there are enemies that you have to kill that are naval battle, but it's not completely shoved down your throat, which is nice.
mhm,
Like you can, for the most part, just sail and to like a new location, and you don't really need to fight anything. If
mhm.
something fights you, just keep swimming.
Just keeps
Nope, just
the
ghost them.
the one thing that I always loved about being able to captain your own ship is the sea shanties.
Yeah, I know. But then in Odyssey, they did it in the actual language, which I'm like, cool. But like, no one else speaks the fucking Greek the entire
Ancient
time,
Greece.
ancient Greek the entire time. Like, no, I don't care. Like, I don't. I want to hear what it would sound like in English or
Well,
whatever your respective language is.
I doubt we're gonna get it with this, but it's like we got a tiny bit of like the chants during the trailer when you see them on their ships, and it sounds awesome, and I can't wait for that. I just want to be on the water and just fucking hear that because it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna
And
be sick.
it's God, I have faith that that game is gonna look beautiful. That being said, they're gonna have a lot um to have to make up for in the shadow of God of War.
See, I
Because
was just about to touch on that.
yeah, because the combat, the way they work with the Norse mythology and
Mhm.
everything, it is wonderful. It is damn near flawless. And I'm intrigued to see where they go with it in this because like we've seen on the new covers that they've shown that you can dual wield axes.
Mhm.
And if you go on the actual site and read about it, you can dual wield axes, you can dual wield swords, You can, I think, if I heard this correctly, you can dual wield shields and just beat the fuck out of people.
Pa, pa, pa. Dude,
It's
that'd
like
be
Captain
hilarious.
America in Civil War.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder how well they can continue with this character if they do the same play style as like all the past games. Cause like
Hmm.
this character and Vikings for that matter, unless like you're I don't even know. I don't know any Viking character. Unless you're some like relatively super like lean dude, like these are big burly guys. And
Yeah, these are tanks, man.
like
Like,
trying to imagine that guy do the shit where like okay, you know in Assassin's Creed when someone sees you and like you're like walking left and then you're like oh shit, so then you crouch really quickly and you turn a 180 and hide in a little bush. Like I can't imagine a Viking dude that's like 6 feet, whatever the fuck, 300 pounds pure muscle, just fucking do that, just go like oop and then turn around. You know, like I don't like or
I I definitely see the possibility, which is probably not going to work in their favor with all the fucking OG 2 through 5 Assassin's Creed fans,
mhm.
or rather stands really. Um, they're not gonna like, but with such a unique type of character, given the history of Assassin's Creed, um, there I feel like the stealth element is gonna be gone.
I think yeah, I think it would have to be pretty minimum
Yeah.
possibly because like it's just like ha, this guy. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna be agile. I just think
Hmm.
he's a different definition of agile. He's not
Yeah.
a I can clamber that shit and get around. And like cross this line or beeline in like 2 minutes. Nah,
Hmm.
this guy's like, I can do that in like 2 minutes, but I'm not gonna climb it. I'm a barrel through that thing.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't remember if you played much Gears of War,
Hmm.
but like they don't climb like this in Gears of War. They like put one hand because they're like holding their gun in the other one,
Uh.
and they just kind of like with pure muscle just like go them like launch themselves up with one hand and they just go like Phew, and then grab the next one and then again and then grab the next one again and grab the next one. Like they don't do it simple. They just go like pure muscle of arm and like the same
Hmm.
way when they parkour over stuff. Like they don't do like a particularly like they don't put their hand down and go like throw their body over. Like
Hmm.
they do, but there's a way that they do it that just makes it seem that if they hit something or when they do it, it's just thud. Like
Yeah.
there's just so much impact.
It's less like a fluid movement and like they're hurling themselves over this thing.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
I think that's the thing. Like it's a less like fluidity and
Hmm.
more you're just using pure strength to do the exact same movements more or less or
Hmm.
to do the same thing. So that's why I was like it would just be weird, to see like Marcus Phoenix being as agile as like Ezio or
Yeah.
anything
No.
like that because they're not built like that. So it's just like it's I don't know.
Yeah, it's super interesting to think about because I didn't think about that either. Even though this idea that it's gonna be Vikings stretches back to like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Um, that's something I never thought of. Like, we're so used to these very lean, very fit, agile assassin characters.
Mhm.
Uh, going all the way back to Altair. That with somebody that is just sheer force,
Yeah.
like, and you see it in the trailer too. Like, God, this is probably the most gruesome Assassin's Creed trailer I've ever seen.
That's saying something, by the way.
Yeah, people are getting dismembered by the second. The main character
You could see their
shoves a
fucking
the main character shoves an entire fucking sword into this tank of a man's inner thigh,
and just like
and he knocks him away, and he just pulls his sword out, and he's like, "Fuck!" It's like he found a toothpick and a jalapeno popper. He's like, You know?
Yeah, like it's, and I feel like the other thing is like it has to also take into consideration the camera angles. Like
Hmm.
you can't, I mean, you can, but I don't think it does anything justice to have a big person, like big dude, but then have the same camera angle that you have in all the other Assassin's Creed where you're like 15 feet in the air watching
Hmm.
their back, you know? Like there's nothing, you don't get that sense of intimidation or like grandness, so to
Yeah.
speak. You look small, you know?
Hmm.
But like all these characters, like you said, they're thin, they're lean for the most part. So they don't need to like, yeah, when you zoom out, like they look small, but that's fine because they're not trying to be bigger than the next guy.
Yeah.
Like the like kind of like the theme is, yeah, you're like 3 times my size, but I'ma still take you down, you know?
I can still fuck it. It's Batman,
Yeah.
basically.
So just real quickly, so when they show like a tank of a guy against like your Viking, you have to think that dude's like 10 feet. Just
This guy
FYI.
is freakishly large.
Yeah, he is. So like that's why I feel like that's why like in God of War, like the new one, the way they have it, because the
Hmm.
new God of War, like he is Kratos is he looks
Kratos is massive.
yeah, as compared to like the original ones, he looks way leaner in the original games.
Yeah, definitely.
But like when you have these kind of characters, I think you kind of notice the trend. Gears of War, God of War. Why do these all have war? Um, all these characters, like they're big and built, you tend to play them over the shoulder, or at least
Hmm.
kind of close to them, because yeah, they're big. So
Yeah,
you want to feel
you
more of the screen with them to show that they're big and imposing. You don't
yeah,
get that set for 15.
it does better to fit the camera to the scale of the character because you can, I don't know, you get a feel of your body movement, if
Hmm.
that makes sense, I guess. Um and what your range is,
Yeah.
and just like how big you fucking are, you know? Cuz you're not really, with bigger characters like Kratos and stuff, like you're you're not meant to be like, oh, he's just like this, kind of small character. You can't pull back and like full platform kind of thing. Like they did in areas of the older God of Wars, but in God of War PS4, I'll have in God of War PS4, they made him this huge burly man, and the beard helped a
Hmm.
lot.
Beards always help.
But they fit you to scale to him, and you're supposed to be feeling that he is a fucking huge guy,
Yeah.
and that should make you feel more powerful,
Yeah.
so I when you mention camera angles, Assassin's Creed traditionally is very behind the back.
Yeah. You don't
um
really get close up. And like the only time you do is really like in those scenes where like you're either squeezing through like a tight fence or whatever. It's when
yeah.
it gets kind of close. Right before it does like one of those cutscenes. Maybe if there's like a large crowd of people and you're trying to like blend in. But most
Hmm.
of the time, you're pretty much almost always like kind of distant. You know, you're distant
Yeah.
from the character. You're not super up close with them. So I think that's going to be interesting. I think like that's one of the reasons why, like, if you heard or read that like they have like 14 other studios help them out with this game.
Jesus.
Yeah, so 15 students or studios in total. Ubisoft Montreal, so
Hmm.
the best Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, them and 14 other um studios. They were just like, I think it was a tweet. I don't know what it is, but like basically for verbatim, they were just like, "Hey, thank you all. This is a momentous like thing. We're so happy to have this out. To the 14 studios that helped us out to get this like dream done. You know who you are. Like you know what you did."
We're
Uh,
not gonna give you recognition so more people can like come for business to you, but
yeah. I mean, like
you
most
know You
I
know who
mean,
you are.
yeah. I mean, all those studios, like they, if you ever like look up them, like Blue and all that, like they'll show like all the games and stuff like that. If you go to
Mm,
Blue's website, you're gonna see fucking Halo 1, Halo 2, whichever one they did. Like all their redone artwork and all that. But yeah,
mm,
I was seeing that and I was like, 14 studios. And so that's why I'm like, if they redid some of the mechanics for walking, if they did some of the like the different camera angles, how they can show the grandness of the worlds, because that's one of the reasons why you're so far away is you want to show everything. Kind of makes sense that one studio couldn't do that. Like you
mm.
need a lot of studios. And like there's just so much like I want I want to still feel like these worlds are big. That's one thing
Yeah.
I've liked. Yeah, I know some people don't like the whole huge world and they want it to be constrained, kind of like how like the originals were. Like you really are just in London, or you're in France, or you're in like Paris,
Hmm.
France, or whatever.
The 13 colonies.
Yeah, or the 13 colonies, which is in reality you're only in like one state, maybe two, whatever.
You're in like New England or some shit.
Yeah,
I
somewhere
can't
around there.
remember.
But I don't know, I like having the bigger open world.
Yeah.
I think it does the world more justice, especially more you get into the whole, like I was saying with the Odyssey, the whole like getting closer to the first civilization and
Uh,
getting more in tune with all of the weird effects that they had. Like that Odin guy, what do you call it? That the new guys, the new character saw.
mhm.
Is that really Odin? I think it's a fucking first civilization person. Like
That's probably named Odin.
it's probably named Odin, yeah. I'm just saying. Like I said,
I
that,
was watching I was watching kind of funny reacts to the trailer.
mm,
And Greg had said something that intrigued me and that I didn't even think about. He's like, we see that guy who's supposed to be Odin and he's in a hood, so he might have like connections to the assassins and stuff. And I was like, no, that can't work. Like a first Civ person can't be an assassin. And then I was like, well, couldn't they? You
couldn't
know,
they?
like couldn't they? Really?
I mean,
Uh,
because like
that would be interesting.
that's what in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there is some like there's like an AI girl, whatever. She's there to help you because she's like there are some of us that don't share the same views as Juno and all of them. Like we side more with you guys. You
Hmm.
are our creation, more or less. Like you didn't really deserve this. I don't know. So I can see it, like some of them, but I mean, Cassandra for the most part is also kind of first Civ. Like she's kind of related, I think.
Descendant sort of
Yeah,
thing.
kind of. I still
Um,
want to know where she is. Like I'm happy. I
uh,
looked into the shit. I saw that she has a kid, and then the kid becomes Bayek's wife. You know, or
mm,
descendant. I'm like, cool. There's our connection. But
I
where is she?
well now we know what time period this is kind of around. I'm not sure if the I mean, it should be kind of sort of accurate, but it could also definitely be just a made up character. But this person could either be or be based off of an actual king or warlord, whatever the fuck he is, um, that you see in the trailer. So we can definitely pin what time period it's from. Speaking of that time period,
I don't know what time period it is.
I don't know what time period it is either, but
Huh.
it is definitely well, it seems like it's in the Dark Ages, right? Um,
Or
knights, castle,
yeah,
knights, castles, and kings exist. Like this is a thing.
it could be the Middle Ages.
Um,
Dark Ages just means they didn't have books, motherfucker. Goddamn.
Anyway, I have I definitely have to look into it, but I have this weird hope slash theory that has absolutely no grounds to be taken seriously, but it's one of my crazy theories that this game some what
I looked it up. You're
you
right. It's
looked
the
at it.
Dark Ages.
Okay.
19th century Dark Ages.
Okay. Okay. Hang on, let me do some research real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, the current. So right here it says Assassin's Creed Valhalla takes place during England's Dark Ages in the 9th century. According to director, whatever player will visit the four major English kingdoms during that time period. So we will be visiting Wessex, Northumbria, East Anglia, and Mercia. Yeah.
Okay. So, um
Yes.
anyway, it looks like it may line up with what I'm thinking about. Um but okay. Um my theory is that this game pulls everything around full circle and either introduces the Brotherhood to England, or at least that area of England, or um, connects this game to Altair and the Crusades.
What time does frame do the Crusades take place?
See, that's the thing. So the Crusades took place somewhere. When I look it up on Google, it just says can you can you just can it was like
So pretty
1095 to
fucking.
14 something.
Okay.
But when you look up when the Dark Ages were, it shows that it ended around 14 something.
Okay. Yeah. Right now, I looked it up. Assassin's Creed takes place uh around the turn of the century for 1200. So 1165. It says he lived from 1165 to 1257.
Okay.
So right around there. So yeah, it would definitely be like
It's in the same zone.
it's in the same. Yeah.
So what my great hope for this is that they just fucking just pull it full circle, stop jerking us around, and just show us Altair either as a child, a young assassin, or as Grandmaster Altair. You know? Like I want to have this come full circle, you know?
Mhm.
Um although the new protagonist Hidden Blade looks a lot better than Altair's did. But I feel like we could just chalk that up to bad like time. For the actual game being made, not like Crusade time.
Yeah, I would say that's the issue with the Hidden Blade at this point. They kind of really, I don't know. I think they can't seem to decide whether or not do you lose your finger because Altair did. Ezio,
Uh-huh.
Ezio did? No. Ezio didn't because they were like, why would you lose a finger? Like that's just dumb. Because Leonardo was like, dude, it could just go like here. What?
I think Ezio did cut off his finger as part of his initiation to the assassins.
Okay, but you didn't have to.
No. I think he cut off his right hand finger, but then Da Vinci was like, "Hey, I made a better
Hey, I made
modification."
the band.
Oh, you know what? I can't. God, I honestly just want to replay these games now that Joel and I like share each other's Xboxes. He just recently bought all of the Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
So I might just replay the Ezio collection. But no, I do remember the scene where Da Vinci's like, I made modifications to your hidden blade, but we had to cut your finger off. And then he's like, give me your hand. He's like, okay. And he goes, and he's like, we don't have to cut your finger off. I made it, I made it better.
Yeah.
But no, having it on top is a very interesting way to go about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Bayek lost his finger too.
Yeah, Bayek did. Cassandra didn't.
His wife didn't either.
Cassandra
Also,
didn't. Alexio's
did Cassandra
didn't.
Did they have hidden blades?
Mm-hmm.
Since when? Like
they didn't.
How far in? No, they had the spear tip.
They had the spear tip.
Yeah.
But the other dude did. The dude that goes on to raise Cassandra's kid. Or Alexios's kid. It was like the DLC. I think he had his finger.
Oh, the something of the first blade.
Yeah, I don't think he lost his finger.
So maybe they're just stupid.
Yeah, because like I never understood the whole like. What did he do? That's my main thing. Like, what the fuck did Leonardo do that made going like instead of going to going? Did you see a difference? No, I didn't. The fuck was the difference?
I think the way he either like, we're just getting into theoreticals now. He's either like lifted it or just made the ejection mechanic different.
I guess.
So I don't know, but yeah, so that's my weird theory on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I feel like with a name like Valhalla, is definitely gonna have something huge to do with the story. But
yeah, I was telling Brianna,
is your grand mission to go to Valhalla and like enter Valhalla?
Imagine Valhalla is the first Civ.
Oh shit!
Because that's what Atlantis is. That's where all of them are. So Valhalla could just be like their first Civ location, you know?
Yeah.
Their spot. But yeah,
that section.
But yeah, let's just wrap this up.
I didn't even think of that.
Huh?
I said I didn't even think of that.
Let's just wrap this Assassin's Creed bit up with a little bit of information about the game that I meant to go over, but I forgot. Right. So when I was looking it over, a couple things to note that are kind of different about this game. One, yeah. Oh, okay. See, some of this is actually, I'm looking up some of this and I'm like, oh, hey, we just mentioned this. It says combat has been altered in some form with an emphasis on making every hit feel impactful. I think that works with what we were saying. The whole, these characters are big, they're powerful. I want to feel like I'm punching a dude. You're right on the dismember and decapitate. That will now be in the game. So you can go full Witcher on these motherfuckers.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, you're right with the two weapons. Shields are back since shields are back, Assassin's Blades are back. Let's see. Throwing axes. I swear to God, we better have one that comes back.
That'd be cool, man.
Okay, the hammer then. At least, look, God of War couldn't give us the hammer. This game better give us the hammer.
I mean, wait till God of War 2.
I guess. Let's see. Yeah, you can tell this kind of from the what do you call it? With the trailer. The sieges, large scale battles. That's still going to be a thing. Yeah. Open world includes hunting, fishing, dice, drinking games. That's kind of cool. Interesting.
And flight or some shit like that too.
Okay. Instead of an eagle, we have a raven. Which is fine because I think
rad.
It fits more with their stuff, right? Ravens, definitely. I think, yeah. Yeah, so it's Eivor, a Viking warrior, can be male or female or whatever you want. You can be, what do you call it? You can actually customize.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You can get tattoos.
yeah. Okay,
It's fucking cool.
we are still going to continue the modern story from Layla.
Yeah.
That's obvious. I'm like, I would be so pissed if they didn't.
If they just cut that off, I
Yeah.
would have just lost faith
Yeah.
immediately.
Here you go. Ivor will eventually run across some group of assassins in England.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, Altair is in Italy, but whatever.
Altair's not in Italy.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure. Fuck, where's Altair? I know he's not in Italy. Where?
I thought he was. I don't know. At the time of the Assassin's Templar, the hidden one,
It's in Jerusalem.
it's in Jerusalem.
Yeah, so either way.
Whatever.
Not
Whatever.
England. He could be traveling.
Yeah. They won't be They won't be called Assassins and Templars. They're still going to be like the Hidden Ones or Order of the Ancients or whatever the
Yeah.
shit is like from the last games. Valhalla's map will include Norway. And the other places. They said it's not meant to be the end of the series, but is going to be called a good capper to the franchise so far. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, whatever.
It's more going to be. I'm just reading more in the Gears thing. Anyways, but point is, they're doing a lot.
Did you cover? Sorry, I just had to touch on this before we go. Did you cover the rap battles?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
So one of the activities is I think it's called flight or something. I could be totally fucking wrong, but it was like completely destroying your opponent in the Norse tradition of rap battles or something like that. And I was like, what the actual fuck?
That sounds.
There's rap battles in this.
So how'd you get to level 100? Rap battled the entire time. I didn't even fight a single dude.
Spitting hot fire, man.
Imagine you can like start decking them out in like more modern clothes. All kinds of swag, chains. You get a
I really want. I don't know much about the modern story, but I'm always intrigued by how they get connected to these past things. So hopefully they do that. They do that well. I have like medium height standards for this game. I really think it's gonna look beautiful. I have confidence in that, especially on next gen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we've been going pretty long on this one.
Yeah, I just want to wrap this up with one last short little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
This is not quite. This is a bigger segue because for the past hour we've been talking about games and Assassin's Creed. We've just been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed apparently. But this one is more about world news, entertainment news.
Still games.
Still games. Is it?
Oh, what? Which one? Which one is this?
Well, because I'm assuming that we only have like a few more minutes. So if we did the still games one, that would be a bigger conversation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I'm just going with the whole. So, Trolls World Tour did really fucking well.
Yeah, it did. Did
you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously, since theaters are closed and stuff, what was it, Paramount, right?
Universal.
Or is it Universal? Universal Pictures decided to put a couple of their upcoming movies on demand rather than wait and postpone them. I actually did watch Trolls World Tour like the second day it was out.
Okay.
rented it on Prime for $20.
Same.
There were a few buffering issues,
Ha! Get
and then
fucked.
I was like, this shouldn't be happening, but whatever. Next day, I got an email that was like, hey, we saw that you had some playback issues. This wasn't supposed to happen, so we're refunding you the whole cost of the rental.
Fuck you. Mine was a smooth ride the entire time, and I had to pay $20 for that. Fuck that.
Alma, like when I rented it, Alma was like, how much was it? I was like, $20. She's like, are you serious? That's crazy. I was like, yeah, but it's like 2 tickets, whatever. And she's like, that's still crazy. That's fucked up. And I was like, yeah, but whatever. And then you get the email that they refunded me, and I was like, all right, cool.
And plus, like, yeah, it is like 2 tickets, but you can see it like as many times as you want within that 48-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to, you can watch that shit 5 times in a row if you really loved it.
You can rewind.
Like, think about how well that it goes for like theorists. You know, like they just like, okay, day 1, all right, we're just going through frame by frame. Okay, I see that. You guys see that? We're putting that in an article. Like, it must have been great. But yeah, I was not expecting it to do as well as it did. It made $100 million.
Jesus,
that is insane. And then I found out apparently they get to keep 80% more money, whereas they would originally keep about 50% with traditional media or mediums. So, all that being said, AMC, the CEO of AMC, after an interview that one of the people at Universal made, was not happy. Because in that interview, they mentioned the fact that this was a success and they want to continue. They want to continue with this mix. They didn't at any point say, nah, fuck theaters. They were just like, this can work. Like, we can do both. We can have stuff come out on traditional theater release, theatrical release, and we can have straight to video or video on demand. This can work. This sounds really fun. We would love to continue this. Well, apparently the CEO of AMC wasn't too happy about that, and they were just like, it's fucked up. Nah, not gonna do it.
Nah, G.
You can't do that to us. We won't let you. We're not gonna we're not gonna show any of your movies anymore. And then apparently Regal, I just found out, apparently also said yes, or agrees to this term.
Which really sucks because the new theater that they're building at Stonestown,
it's a Regal,
is gonna be a Regal Cinema. So I mean, I think Regal's ridiculously overpriced. Like, they match AMC in overpricing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of like whatever about it, but also like, man, if I don't want to go all the way to Daly City, I'm not even gonna have the option of just going to the Regal.
Yeah,
one right here, you know.
And like, I was just like, when Brianna and I were reading this, well, first off, Brianna was like, Cinemark is fine. Look who is top dog now. And I'm just like, time will only tell if this tweet ages poorly, Brianna.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I don't understand it. It's like saying, hey guys, we found a completely ulterior method of making even more fucking money that we get to keep, but we're still going to continue trying to do both of them because this shit's cool, but we still love you guys. And the other guy's going like, fuck you, man. Nah. And it's just like, okay, I guess we'll just keep all of our money.
Just keep
all right.
millions of dollars that we just
got.
So
So I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't understand how like this makes sense. Like, I feel like they're only screwing themselves over. Like, they no longer want to do this. They're losing money because Universal has some big names.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're gonna tell me you're not gonna play the next Fast F9? Another Fast and Furious? Are you shitting me?
Oh, that's gonna lose a lot of money.
Exactly.
God damn.
Yeah. And
Shit.
yeah, Universal's big. They have a lot of yeah, they do also a lot of what do you call it? Like animations, but animations are also big. Like
Yeah.
it's just I don't understand it. Maybe I have to talk to someone that's a little bit more in the biz, you know? But I'm just like I don't get it. Why it sounds like self-sabotage at this point. You guys are basically screwing yourself over, telling a big movie company or producing company, whatever it is, that they won't play your movies, and they're just like, dude, we literally just found a way to make more money and keep it. Why would you tell us, hey, have fun with that? I mean, who's to say that this was a fluke? I mean, yeah, everyone's in quarantine,
Yeah.
so we don't really have much of a choice. But $100 million, just for instance, it took Trolls, the original, 5 months in theaters to make $100 million. Trolls 2 did it in 3 weeks.
Jesus Christ. And it wasn't even as good.
And it wasn't even, no, it was not as good. It was so much, the first one was so much better.
You don't have the fucking banger, Can't Stop the Feeling.
And you don't have any bangers. They were all bad.
No, not a single one.
Some of them were fine, but I'm like, you're gonna tell me? You're gonna tell me you're gonna do country and I'm not gonna get Old Town Road?
How did they not?
Look, I'm not trying to say it's the greatest fucking country song in the world,
but it's
so clickable.
It's timely.
Yeah, so many people will love to see it.
Man.
You're gonna do their reggae music, which, by the way, sounded very Latin based. It sounded like they were way more Latin than they were reggae, but whatever. And you're not gonna have Despacito?
Jesus.
God. There were just a lot of things that I was just like, there are a lot of clear winning bangers that you guys could have done that you did not do it. Y'all did funk and didn't play Uptown Funk. The fuck? There was no Bruno Mars.
Okay, you know what? To control the sanctity of music, I understand why they didn't do these things.
Same.
But also, I'm pretty sure there's licensing things.
Yeah.
But to really comment on these theaters, man, this conversation has been going on for years, and the fact that streaming is a thing is not helping, because Netflix has its own production studios now, making their own shit. Hulu's doing the same thing. Prime's doing the same thing. And guess what? They're pumping out fucking good stuff.
Yeah.
People are loving this shit. And honestly, the idea of having video on demand, it takes the idea of the fact that honestly it costs less.
Marketing is just so much easier.
Marketing so much easier, but also it costs less for the consumer. Unless you're watching it by yourself, it's gonna cost. I mean, you can buy if they put out a 4K UHD version of it, it's probably gonna cost the same as an IMAX ticket, which,
And also, Prime, Amazon, they did a pretty big move the other week. I don't know if it's fully fledged out yet, but watch-alongs.
Oh yeah, with Twitch.
If you are a Prime subscriber on Twitch and connected your account with Prime on Twitch, and if you own the movie as well, you can stream that shit and people can watch with you. They've found a way to at least kind of get around the law of that copyright thing. So we're making our own fucking theater, essentially. If you're a big enough theater, Ninja, Tim the Tapman, all these huge streamers that pull in thousands of viewers, you mean to tell me that they can essentially have their own little theater from the comfort of their own homes with other people on demand? It's just dude, if this is how things are going out, it just makes more sense. It not makes more sense. I mean, it does, but there are just a lot of positives and a lot of things that I think people would really enjoy. That being said, I love movie theaters. Like I do. Like for where I want to go in life with my own passion and stuff. Like I can't discredit theaters because I like cinema. I love filming. I like video. I like audio. I love all this stuff. Kind of need theaters, you know? Like they are like the this is like they're supposed to be the pinnacle of when you watch something. Dolby
Yeah.
Atmos is supposed to be like and IMAX. Both of them are supposed to be the pinnacle of watching shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shit does not get better than these. Sound wise, audio wise, it just doesn't. Comfort wise, you know, debatable. But it's just like without them, like where do you go? Would we because you can't have like Dolby Atmos without a theater. And we have Dolby Atmos on our headphones, on our computer, stuff like that. Like we have digital surround sound because of a but as a byproduct because of theaters. Why do we have HDR? Because theaters were able to fucking do it, and people were like, "This looks a lot fucking better." And it's like, well, yeah, because more colors. It's a projector, darker blacks, brighter whites, and it's like, well, how can we replicate that? Well, with HDR, that's how. And now we have Rec 2020. So it's just like,
Yeah, no, there's no denying the fact, because obviously these things, pretty much all film,
keep going.
all pretty much everything having to do with video started at what would be what like a proto theater. Um, so theaters are the source of all this stuff, and it's not easy to just look back and think, we don't fucking need theaters. I love going to the movies. I
Mhm.
really do. I I feel like I've said this before. I knew someone who did not like going to the movies. Still do not to this day understand that shit. But anyway, going to the movies, standing in line, smelling the popcorn and shit, sitting in the shitty seats, sometimes when you're able to afford it, the better seats. And just having a theater experience, because think of things like Endgame,
Right.
you know, going to the theater with your friends and stuff. Or rather Infinity War, because I went a few days late on Endgame. Going to see Infinity War. It was like 11:30 at night because it was the only slot we can get early on the day of, I think, or like the 2 days after or some shit. And the entire theater was alive.
Mhm.
The entire fucking theater room was just, there was this electricity in the air of everyone's anticipation. And when shit happened, people fucking exploded. And yeah, so one thinks when you think about a theater, you think of a quiet space to enjoy a movie, right? But if you're going for an experience, the theater is a place to go. Unless you somehow set up a giant party, a screening party at your house
Mhm.
with the same vibe, but you'll probably get shit from the neighbors and get the cops called on you. But
Okay, well,
um,
picture this then. Right? Twitch, whoever it is, Google Meet, Windows Team, Zoom, whatever your preference is, whatever, right?
Discord.
Discord. That
Shout out to Discord.
combined with a Prime, whatever, right? Prime,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Prime. Watch alongs that are essentially a Zoom session.
Uh-huh.
All of your friends. It doesn't matter that Andrew and like Andrew, uh, Aaron.
Aaron. Took a while.
Well, because I kept saying Adrian in my head, but I'm like, no, there's the other person with the A. Andrew, Adrian, all of them. It doesn't matter. Dominic, Sita, Sati. It doesn't matter that they're so far away. We all find the time, Zoom session, we can all watch the movie together.
But you know what does matter?
Mm.
Shitty internet connection.
Yeah, like, okay. Yes, this is obviously a privileged thing for those that have better internet.
Uh-huh.
It makes the experience a lot better. And yeah, it might not be the greatest thing to watch Endgame on iPods or iPods, AirPods, as opposed to like maybe if you have, my like something like mine where it's like a stereo THX certified speaker system,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not, but like I don't know. It's just there are perks, and I think that they're really cool. Because just imagine being able to get 30 of your friends in a Zoom call or whatever the fuck, right? And everyone at the exact same time can watch Endgame or can watch some movie together. They can
Yeah.
react. Dominic's being too fucking loud. I mute his ass. You know? Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about people spoiling shit or being too loud. Muted. I don't want to say kicked. All in favor? Let's kick
Kicked.
Dominic. Boom. Out.
Dominic, hey guys, I'm back. Ban.
Ban. Like, there is just, I think there are perks. I think there are a lot of perks. My main thing, like I said, though, the guy never said, hey, only this. He said, let's do both, you know? And what did the CEO guy say? Nah, I get it. I get some of it where, like, a little bit, like, I see that they felt burned, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh shit, we gotta shut down. And then Universal's like, fuck it, man. Let's just stream this shit. And everyone else was like, the fuck? I get it. I get feeling burned, but like,
that's the business, man.
that's the business. Yeah.
We got people to pay.
And like, even then, it's not like they said, hey, man, never again. They were just like, hey, this worked out. They could have easily said, hey, this worked out. Never fucking again. We're not going back to AMC. But AMC was just like, no, you can't even, we're not even going to give you the option. And I don't know, right now, I really would like to know how Universal feels about that. Like, are they like, shit? Or are they seeing that money and they're going like, okay? Or are they seeing it like kind of like in the middle where it's like, but at the same time, this could have been a fluke. All that money, but who's to say it's going to stay the same once quarantine's over, you know? So it's just like,
it's definitely a hell of a roll of dice, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, imagine seeing that Fast 9 exclusively at Cinemark. Like,
I know.
Like, imagine the fucking AMC people and the Regal people that are just like,
yeah.
Vin Diesel's just like, yeah, Fast 9, take your family to Cinemark. Because it's all about family.
It's all about family. We keep it together.
We keep it at Cinemark. AMC's like, why? Why did we do this to ourselves?
I was watching something with Brianna the other day, and I was just thinking the entire time, I'm like, this character would get along well with Vin Diesel because everything's about family. What? Natsu? Oh yeah, from Fairy Tale.
Family.
But yeah, no. I like I said, I just wanted to touch on that because it's just interesting. I think every week, or now it's like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. It's just something with the Senate, with like the industry, just kind of just goes like, bloop, like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, here's this, this thing's gone. Like, I think it was it theaters? I remember I was reading something and someone was like, all right, you can now officially mark so and so down as not going to be the same once this is over. Was it theaters? Yeah, that's what like some like critics or some like
industry people,
industry that like deal with economics and stuff like that. Trend people, like they were just like, yep, this is gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. But I just want to take a moment to say, again, I love theaters. I love them for the experiences. Without theaters, I would never have had the moment in the first Avengers movie when I went to go see with my dad and Thanos popped up at the end and everybody lost their fucking minds. I didn't even know who Thanos was and I lost my fucking mind. Yeah, like, I was like, oh my God. And my dad's like, who's that? I was like, it's him. And he's like, who is that? I was like,
I don't know.
I don't know, but he's a big deal.
I don't know, but it's him.
It's him, and he
I'm
looks
happy.
great.
I'm happy that I had at least known who Thanos was before that movie. Like I had an idea because
Yeah.
I had read the comics, so I was like, the
Mhm.
fuck Thanos. So
But yeah, also I would never have had the experience of going to like Infinity War and Endgame and stuff, and just feeling the vibe, and also Back to the Future's anniversary, on the actual date Marty went Back to the Future in 2015. That was amazing.
oh yeah,
Joel and I sat through 3 Back to the Future movies. People were in costume. It was awesome. There were intermissions between movies. I ate so much food. It was great, man. And I have theaters to thank for that. And same goes for like drive-ins and stuff. But drive-ins they didn't last long.
yeah.
In correlation with my lifetime. But I miss that shit, man. Honestly. But movie theaters, yeah, there's people, once this shit's over, go to the movies, man. Like you definitely miss it. You don't know it now, but you miss it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are going to be strict guidelines for when these theaters open up again. Fucking follow them, please, because I want to go back to the movies as soon as possible. I'm fucking tired.
yeah, yeah. I think Marquez tweeted out something, and he's like, so he basically said there is no problem with thinking that we overreacted. That's actually the best thing that can possibly happen.
Oh, yeah, I saw that tweet.
Like,
where he was like, it was like the picture.
yeah.
It was like, here's we did nothing, the usual, and then here's us saying we overreacted, and it's just a drastic change and it's like, let's get to the place where we get to say it was an overreaction.
Yeah,
because that means we did good.
Yeah, like, and like again, when you're looking at some of the industry, like in other industries and stuff like that, some of this stuff is just like, it's getting a little bit more of an even like field. Like seeing how much the industry is having to change for, for cinema, for movies and stuff like that. Seeing some of the industry, how they had to treat like NASCAR is fucking hilarious, by the way. Seeing how they've been doing a lot of racing, because racing surprisingly is pretty fucking like sophisticated in terms of like gaming. Like we have the fucking chairs, we got the thingy, you can do the thingy, we got the steering wheel with the pedals, because like racing like has like pretty sophisticated simulators, just like a flight simulator and stuff like that. So that's like what a lot of NASCAR racers have been moving over to, because they're just like, there's a, what do you call it? There's something that's able to do pretty much the same in like theoretically. It's not exact, obviously, but there's something. And it's just funny because now like some of these NASCAR racers, some dude lost his sponsorship and got kicked off of the team essentially because he rage quit.
Oh, fuck.
He rage quit. And I get it, because what happened was something with crashing and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, I get that in the game people can be like a little bit more bumper to bumper, because they don't have the consequence of, if I hit this car and it flips, someone doesn't have the possibility of dying,
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, my car crashed. Restart, okay. But yeah, like, so I get it. Like, but that's one of those things where I'm just like, you kind of have to adapt. But yeah, these people or these individuals are just kind of like, they're getting fed up because they're just going like, oh, it's his toy. They're just like, man, fuck this game, blah blah blah. This is stupid, blah blah blah, and like just shitting on it, and they just quit. And like then their like sponsored company was just like, hey, we don't like quitters, and we're sorry you guys had to deal with that. You won't have to worry about that anymore. And it's just like you get to see that some of these professional athletes are pretty fucking childish. One dude, yeah, and one dude lost his entire career because he was on like a Discord call and like he was muted, but he wasn't muted on his chat line. So some of his teammates heard what he said, and he said like the N-word essentially. So while he didn't say it on his stream, it was caught on another stream. Company was still like, nope, see ya. So it's just really interesting seeing like how a lot of people are reacting to like this. Like, and you get to see these athletes in a more realistic sense, and like they're now having to suffer the consequences. Yeah, I can see them. And like it's interesting how it's changing some of the stuff. Like I think some of them are now being compared, like going up against like professional esports athletes.
Yeah,
and they're just getting fucking destroyed. And they're like, how? Like, I'm like, well, because you don't play enough. That's the game. You don't play the game, man. You literally do not play the video game. Therefore,
he's like, but I'm me. I'm playing as me.
I'm playing as me. Like, if this were a real game, I would beat you. And then
you're just like, but this is a real game.
But this is a real game.
And you're losing.
And you're losing, yeah. But yeah, it's really interesting seeing how like all of that, like how these companies and all these different fields are changing. I'm
just imagining like this guy like playing like a driving game in response to like NASCAR shutting down or something, and he's like this NASCAR driver. He's like, a video game, I can do this. My son does this.
No, and a lot of them. There's some that do.
He just going. He just fucking sucks. Rage quits. Man, fuck this. This is bullshit. I'm an actual NASCAR driver. I've been driving for 10 years. This shit doesn't even. That's me. How am I losing? How am I losing if I'm me? And then Mountain Dew's over here like, excuse me. You do realize we sponsor you, right? It's like, yeah, Mountain Dew, I know you sponsor me. And it's like, well, guess who else we sponsor? Esports.
Yeah.
You're in our turf now, bitch. We're the ones with the hands on the wheel.
I just like it's like, I'm an actual goddamn racer, blah 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 blah. Their sponsor company was
you were an actual goddamn racer. Now you're just like, another esports fuck.
Dude, imagine that. Like it's like an actual NASCAR racer rant tweet, right? And all their like they say I am, all this kind of stuff. And like all their sponsor literally replies with was
asterisk.
Asterisk. And just everyone like, fuck. That would have been
got him.
But yeah, basically my thing is I just love seeing how some people are just like, because some of them, I mean, not every athlete, obviously. Some of them are just like, what do you call it? Because one of them was like an NBA player. He was playing with one of the people I watch, and he's like, "Hey man, I play basketball, but I'm in your territory, man. I don't fucking know what I'm doing." It's like,
what the fuck where is L3? I don't see it.
Yeah, and like there's some that are just like that are trying to also stream at the same time, and like all this, and some of them are just going like, "This shit's hard," and like people are like, "Yeah, it takes
time.
You don't just do this. You don't just flip." For some people, yes, they can just flip on a camera and hit record. Oh, it's the bags. That's what Susan's playing with. I'm like, what the fuck is... But yeah, anyways, but for some, it is easy. But for others, it's not. And I'm just happy that some people are starting to realize that, hey, we can tell that you're a piece of shit. And we will start calling you out. Maybe in your original industry, they would be a little bit more lenient. But now that you're going into other industries, yeah, we don't like that. And guess what? For some companies, we sponsor both. Hold on. Anyways, other than that, I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, definitely. So we should probably take it out because we're going really long.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, this has been another episode of the Top Cup podcast, a longer episode than usual.
We can probably cut it into 2 parts.
That's what I forgot. I forgot to introduce us.
Yes. Good thing you can do it on the outro.
I could do it on the outro. I have been your host, John Oyavitas, joined by my coaster, Daniel Arroyo. Daniel. There you go.
Hello and goodbye.
Yeah. make up for hello and goodbye. If you had enjoyed what you've been watching or listening to, consider subscribing or following or liking, or is there any other different form?
Subscribing, sharing,
following, watching,
longer than 2
listening,
minutes,
ringing the bell, all the things. If you do, oh well. If not, well, just watch us. If for Daniel's sake, comment.
Yeah.
More people are, but I think they're bots.
I would love a comment. I have a bot that keeps commenting on the Couch Watchers videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you seen my thumbs for those?
No, I haven't.
Are you bitch, why don't you follow Couch Watchers? Give us a follow, you fuck.
Because I haven't seen your link.
I always retweet him. All the time. I
don't have retweets on. The last thing I tend to do is retweets.
Whatever.
Anyway. This... I already said that. I forgot where I was. I'll be honest.
Thank you for watching us again / listen to us. We hope the video actually worked this time because we're still working on it. We're working with XSplit this time instead of OBS, so it kind of worked on a dry run before. So hopefully, hopefully this time
it does work. If not, hopefully the audio. Nothing's going to be the same as having like our set where everything worked a lot better. Still sometimes fucky, but
yeah, I miss our set.
Yeah, but if you liked what you saw, like I said, consider subscribing, following, and all that. If you want to follow our individual channels or follow us individually, you can find us on all of our social medias. Daniel, you can find him at Your Buddy Danny on all platforms, right? Everything?
Yep.
Yeah. And me, you can find me at, for the most part, Clingy Might on everything, except for Instagram. That's the only thing where it's actually John Ovitas. But yeah, other than that, all the links to all that are going to be down below in the description. I think that's pretty much it. Right? Am I missing anything?
Nope.
Okay. Are you sure? Are you confident this time?
Pretty sure.
Okay. Well, with that, until next time. Daniel?
Bye. Yes, John.
Well, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
God damn it. It sounded like you were.
That was your cue. That was your cue.
John.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah.
You guys. Love you, buddy. Little me in that box there with the green box around him. Love you, buddy. Till next time. Bye.